What's up, guys? It's time for that long-awaited Masked Hero deck profile. I got the tins in, or I went and got the tins today because our card shop usually is pretty good about getting things early. So I'm going to run through version 1. I'm probably going to test this at locals this weekend, see how it does, and, you know, work up from there. So I'll cover the main deck and then the extra deck. I'm still working on the side deck for this. So let's find out how this works. 3 Neos Alias. It's just like Miracle Gemini Hero, except, you know, you have more hero targets and you're more focused around mass change and stuff. You still play 3 Gemini Sparks because Neos Alias and Gemini Spark is just too good of an engine not to run. So 3 Alias, 1 Stratos because it's heroes, 1 Prisma. I'll get to Prisma later. Prisma's a really good card in here because it helps you set up for like first turn miracle plays, you know, or just future miracle plays. He's really good in here at 1, and plus he's a light type. And you're probably like, oh, well, why does Prisma work in there if you don't have, if his ruling is he doesn't work with something that doesn't have a name? I'll show you why. 1 Honest, let's go. So you run a lot of light targets in here, so it's good to have Honest. 1 Woodsman. You're probably like, okay, he's lost it. Why the fuck is he running Woodsman? The reason why I'm running Woodsman in here, guys, is last time I checked, turning a small monster into a 2800 beater is pretty damn good, especially one that searches cards from the deck. And you're probably like, oh, well, Wildheart's an Earth monster. Why not Wildheart? I don't like Wildheart. Wildheart he doesn't really bait out any traps or anything. So I'd rather bait out a card, possibly, because once Mass Heroes get around, they're going to notice that it's an Earth type, and they're going to know it's a Dion play. They're going to try to stop it, probably, and, you know, they're going to get shit on. So, anyway, that's why I like Woodsman in here. Plus, he's 1,000 attack, so he gets under Bottomless, so he's pretty good. 2 Voltic. There's a play with Dion that's really good with Voltic, and you play Fusion Gates in here, so he's really good. 2 Bubble Man. I'm actually considering lowering him to 1 and playing an Ocean over another Bubble Man for reasons of Prisma, and well, I'll explain that later. But Bubble Man's pretty good for setting up like quick plays and everything, because you play a lot of spells and traps in here that you can just set down real easily. So Bubble Man's a good card, and then also if you top draw him with nothing, you +2. So Ice Edge is good because he's a trolly fucking card and he baits out cards. So baiting out cards is really good. 2 Effect Veiler. I don't like Max C right now because the only deck it's really good against is Windups. I think this is going to be an Effect Veiler format for stopping plays, so Effect Veiler is really good. On to the spells, and there's a lot of them. 3 Mass Change. You need to play 3 Mass Change in here, and you might think, oh, it's going to be a bad top deck. Sometimes you might, but most of the time you won't because of the way that, like, the searchers go in here. So you play 3 Mass Change for your masked heroes. You play 3 Miracle Fusion because you're going to fill your graveyard up fairly quickly with a bunch of stuff. 3 Gemini Sparks for your hero engine with Alias. 3 Emergency Calls for search power. 3 Potted Duality for 2 Potted Duality for consistency, just because you might not always draw that perfect hand, and it just adds consistency to the deck and helps you set up for your turn on your opponent's play. 2 Fusion Gate to set up nasty plays with Absolute Zero and Mass Change, and a couple other ones, Shinings and everything. 2 Super Poly, because right now these are being main decked a lot. I mean, yeah, Inzectors is like one of the big dark decks, so is Dark World. But you can still use it on your own monsters and do crazy plays with it and possibly, like, kill somebody real easily. And, like, OTK plays and stuff. And also you can... They're good against the wind-up matchup, and they're good against the Dino Rabbit matchup. So, they're good to have in the main deck. 2 Forbidden Lance. I'm testing 2 Lances right now. I'm going to be testing a Forbidden Chalice, possibly. Just because it's pretty damn good, actually. So you can force Legia to use its units or lose its effect for the turn, and yeah, it gains 400, but who cares, then you can do stuff. or you can use it on Dolka and just do your plays and not have to worry about effects getting negated. So, or you can just use it on your monster and pump them up. So, it's not bad. Makes Alias like, what, a 23? So, it's pretty good. Book of Moon, it's a staple. Pretty good. Rhoda, your 4th searcher. Warrior Returning Alive is a tech choice. You can play this or Monster Reborn. This is just good when you have like no cards in your hand and you top deck it and you have a Bubble Man in the graveyard. You grab the Bubble Man, you special the Bubble Man, you +2. So it's pretty good. And 3 Royal Decree. Just shut off traps and abuse Acid, pretty much. Acid is going to wipe their back row, and this will guarantee that he does so. This will lock out their warnings, lock out like Fiendish Chains, lock out anything that they're probably going to play against you. So this just pretty much guarantees that Acid does his job, and also that your effects go off without getting stopped. So the only thing they can really do is like Veiler it, but it's whatever, you know. Let them waste a Veiler. Going on to the extra deck real quick, you got 1 Dion. Dion's really good. Like I said, these just came out, so they should be legal as of tomorrow. So they will be legal for my local. And he can only be special summoned by mass change, and then when he destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower hero monster from your deck. So let's say I get a Woodsman and another hero in my hand, and it's like, you know, my turn, and they already got their turn. You go remove Woodsman, remove a hero, bring out Dion. Dion runs over their monster. And then you special summon Voltic, and if that was a Stratos that was out of play, you use Voltic's effect to get back Stratos, and Stratos' effect activates, and since it's during damage step, they can't Starlight Road it or anything like that, so you it's pretty nasty. So you get lots of pluses with Dion, and he's really good. Great Tornado, just your typical hero staple for wind. Nova Master is your fire target. 2 Acid because he's just godly. Absolute Zero blows the monster zone. He blows up the back row. And so it's pretty much a Raigeki and a Harpy's Feather Duster. Welcome back. 2 Shining, typical. 2 Absolute Zero. Might up this to 3, but for right now 2's been testing just fine. Here's the reason why Prisma's in here, guys. Terra Firma. His targets are Ocean and Woodsman. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Probably not. But his targets are Ocean and Woodsman, which is why I'm considering putting an Ocean back in. And Prisma can drop Ocean and Woodsman to the grave to set up like an easy, like, 1-card miracle play. So you just summon Prisma, show Terra Firma, dump Woodsman or Ocean, and then Miracle Fuse into something. So, and Prisma's still light type, so you can make Shining real easily first turn. 1 Vapor as an extra water target, and then this card's also pretty trolly too. Like, I was playing my friend's Dark World deck earlier, and he sat on the field the entire game. I sat on him in a Royal Decree the entire game, and just kept poking him with it until he died. So, it's really good. 1 Gaia as an extra Earth target, and then, you know, he's also like a Riryoku. He steals half your opponent's attack over, mass change into Dion, stupid stuff. Utopia, because you run a lot of level 4s, and Utopia is just good. Blade Armor Ninja, because you do have the possibility of making him, and he can swing in for a max of 44 damage, so it's not bad. And then 1 Steel Swarm Roach to lock out, like, special summon plays. So, that's the main deck and the extra deck, guys, for Masked Heroes. It's just version 1, so I gotta test it this weekend and see how it does. But keep in touch with me for more updates, and I will definitely keep working on this deck. So, once again, guys, this has been Travis from Teamyts, and remember to comment, rate, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, you know, help us out here. We're over 100 subscribers now. We're shooting for the next 100, and we hope to bring you guys a lot more exciting content in the near future. So, I'll catch you guys later.